Well, class of 2020, this may not have been how we imagined our graduation to be, but we made it, and that's what matters most. Graduation is not only the celebration of our senior year, but the culmination of all our years of education. Regardless of where we began our journey of learning, we are all joined by the bond of being Rogers Mounties. Forrest Gump famously said, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." And going into high school, we could have never predicted what was going to ensue. The journey into freshman year is one we'll never forget. While we were worried about finding our classes, we had incidents like the Great Flood of the Science Wing, but also found our love for Chicken Wednesdays and started to establish our school pride. As time went on, we started to adapt to our new learning environment, engage in extracurriculars and jobs, and immerse ourselves in challenging classes. Before we knew it, we were ready for our senior year, but also ready for challenges that no one could have expected. I know we were all thrilled to see the new and improved parking and drop-off situation on the first day of school. I found myself filled with road rage just trying to get out of my parking spot. Only a few months later was October's tornado, which caused major tree, wind, and hail damage across the city. As recovery started, the camaraderie and unity of Rogers was reflected through our acts of kindness, such as helping one another repair homes and ensuring the safety of our neighbors. But as we hit the home stretch of our high school education, we were put face to face with our toughest challenge yet, coronavirus. March 13th was supposed to be a normal Friday for RHS, but it ended up being our last day of high school. My heart goes out to the athletes who lost their senior season, to the fine arts students whose last performance has already come, and to all of us who had our senior year truncated. We are living through a major moment in history with this pandemic. Not many other senior classes can say they endured the same. Despite these obstacles, we have proven as Mounties that we can overcome any unexpected adversity that crosses our path. While this may seem like a detriment, as Obi-Wan Kenobi once said, a great leap forward often requires first taking 2 steps back. However, the end of high school brings the beginnings of the next steps of our lives. Whether it may be furthering your education, learning your technical skill, going into the workforce, or enlisting in the armed forces, our futures are bright and have the opportunity to positively impact all of those who come into our lives. The most important values RHS has taught me are not anything from a textbook or what was on a test. We may not remember the organelles in our cells or the characters that To Kill a Mockingbird, but there are some points I picked up on over the past 4 years we should all remember. First, remember that everyone is fighting their own battles, even if they don't show it. Never judge a book by its cover. Second, appreciate what you have. Do not take things for granted. Personally, I was so entranced by the excitement of our last quarter of senior year, I failed to realize that it could all be gone in an instant. And last, live your life to fulfill your own dreams and aspirations. Finally, thank you to the teachers, administration, counselors, and all of those who had made sure Rogers High School is a place where students have the opportunity not only to learn, but discover their passions and develop lifelong friendships. Thank you to the parents and guardians for raising, teaching, and supporting us each and every day. And most of all, thank you to you, the class of 2020, for making these past 4 years unforgettable for all of us. Thank you, and as always, it is a great day to be a Mountie.